Now on CoastTV News.
Helene hits Florida. We look at the storm that increased its intensity as it made landfall late Thursday night.
And Helene is over Georgia now as a tropical storm moving rapidly to the north. It will dissipate well to our west, but we'll see rain from its remnants over the next few days. I'll tell you what that means for the weekend coming up.
A parking season has come to an end for many coastal communities. Why this time of year is crucial for businesses in Rehoboth Beach.
Biden's beach trip begins when he's expected to arrive on our coast and the flight restrictions that go with it.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is Friday, September 27th, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
And being on the Coast page like we are, always sensitive when we see a hurricane or a tropical storm like the one now making its way through Georgia.
Yeah, definitely. It hit as a hurricane. I believe it is now a tropical storm. But man, when it came through as a hurricane, it came through.
Yeah, some of the video that we have and we saw this morning was intense there. Yeah,
definitely. We'll get to that in just a minute. But first, we have your local weather. So we'll bring in Bob Trahy now. Bob, you've also, though, been tracking Helene.
Indeed, and you know, it was much talked about for several days that we will be looking at a monster hurricane, Helene, and it was as it hit the Big Bend of Florida last night as a Cat 4. More on that coming up in just a bit. We're seeing moisture not really associated with Helene, some light showers and drizzle across Sussex County, so grab the umbrella out the door this morning. You can see some of those showers around Seaford, Millsboro, Angola by the Bay. We've got some light rain and drizzle at the beaches as well, so anticipate some damp roads this morning. We're not seeing anything on radar around Salisbury or into Maryland, but that said, that doesn't mean we're not seeing some drizzle or light rain and wet roads. Some scattered showers across the eastern shore as well, and there is more rain building to the south and west. You can see that across areas of Virginia, and we'll be in the scattered showers pretty much all day. It's muggy out there, temperatures in the low 70s, and the winds coming in out of the south-southeast, adding to that humidity, so it's almost like a summer-like feel out there with the clouds, some drizzle, some light rain as we go through the morning hours, and I think really much of the day we're stuck in the clouds and temperatures into the mid to upper 70s, especially if you see a little bit of sunshine, and keep the rain gear handy as we have the rain. And I think it will intensify into the evening hours and then on and off into the weekend, then lingers into next week with the remnants of Helene. Much more on that coming up in just a little bit.
And that breaking news that we lead off with is Helene. It made landfall in Florida late Thursday night, and this morning, as Bob just said, it's now a tropical storm over Georgia. It hit Florida, get this, as a Category 4 hurricane in Florida's Big Bend region. It was just after 11 p.m. Check out this video here from Cedar Key. Helene bringing maximum sustained winds of 140 miles per hour, just 45 miles away from Tallahassee. Nearly 700,000 people in Florida were already without power before landfall, and with even more likely to lose power in the coming hours. Florida's governor announcing the state is ready for rescue situations.
The state is ready as soon as this storm passes and it's safe to do so to commence search and rescue operations. We have 3,500 National Guardsmen standing by. We have our state guards standing by. We have state troopers standing by, and they will be active if need be.
Hurricane and tropical storm warnings in effect across Florida with a storm surge warning for the state's west coast, where surging waters could reach as high as 20 feet in some areas. On our coast, much calmer conditions. Rehoboth Beach is one of many coastal communities that ended the paid parking season on September 15th. Rehoboth Beach's paid parking season during the summer, it raised parking rates to $4 an hour, making it the most expensive beach to park on the coast. Now that the parking season is over, many locals visit the beach and the stores located there. The city's financial director told commissioners during a meeting on September 20th that parking revenue is expected to fall short of the projected budget, could be down a minimum of $200,000, said the city finance director.
The recently completed summer season in Rehoboth Beach was one with that increased parking fees from the previous year. It was in February the new rates were finalized, where those meters went from $3 to $4, although there's sometimes a fee as well when you pay with a card. Now, those increased parking permits by 30% as well. City officials cited increased budget expenses as the reason for that hike.
An update on a story we told you about on Thursday. Dewey Beach is looking into a plan to install new drainage trenches in some of the most flood-prone areas. Beacon Engineering out of Georgetown gave the presentation to the Dewey Beach Infrastructure Committee. The plan calls for building new drainage trenches on Jersey Street. Total cost would be around $200,000, and there will be another meeting and a chance for public input before anything is finalized.
We're going to stay in Dewey Beach. This swearing in for the new terms of 2 of the town's commissioners. While it is a new 2-year term, the 2 commissioners, they're pretty well established. Incumbents Bill Stevens and Gary Persinger were the only candidates who filed to run in the municipal election. After they're sworn in, the commissioners will vote to appoint the town mayor. Stevens is ending his 1-year term in that role.
Happening this afternoon, President Joe Biden will make his 11th trip this year to his North Shores home. He is expected to fly from Scranton, Pennsylvania to Dover Air Force Base and arrive there at 1:45. According to White House press office, from Dover, he will then travel to Rehoboth Beach and be in the nation's summer capital sometime about 2:15. This will be Biden's 4th consecutive weekend spent in Delaware, with the previous 3 at his Wilmington area home. A temporary flight restriction for the coast goes into effect today at 1:30 p.m. Biden is scheduled to leave on Monday morning. We're less than 40 days until the general election, and Vice President Kamala Harris will make a rare trip to the U.S.-Mexico southern border to address the illegal migrant crisis that has surged over the past 3 years.
As NBC's Bree Jackson shows us, former President Donald Trump is calling her trip a political ploy as he visits the battleground state of Michigan.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Foreign affairs are front and center in the race for the White House as Ukraine's President Zelensky visits the U.S. During his meeting with Vice President Harris, she warned of the dangers his country could face if former President Trump is elected.
There are some in my country who would instead force Ukraine to give up large parts of its sovereign territory.
Mr. Trump meets with Zelensky later today. He's been critical of the billions of dollars the U.S. has provided to Ukraine, but contends he wants the war to end.
I want to save lives. Millions of people are dead, millions more than they even think about. And it's not my fight, but it is a fight to save humanity.
The former president is blasting his political opponent's strategy on another key issue, immigration.
Kamala Harris will be visiting the southern border that she has completely destroyed.
While at the southern border today, Harris plans to highlight Trump's role in nixing a bipartisan security bill.
He killed a bill that would have actually been a solution because he wants to run on a problem.
Both candidates are seeking to sway voters in blue wall states. NBC News spoke with some of them.
I feel like it's just Kamala Harris is like a step in the right direction, even if it is like a small step.
And I mean, Trump is not perfect, but at least with his presidency, we know what that would look like. The economy was in a much better state.
Americans are keeping a close eye on where each candidate stands with less than 40 days until Election Day. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And we're just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, sports setting surge. The plan is to expand a Delmarva facility and the impact it is expected to have on local businesses.
Also ahead, managing motorcycle mayhem, what Ocean City is considering after some serious crashes from this month's Bike Fest.
And increased rescue responses. That is what we're being told by the patrol there in Lewis. A look at the trend in emergencies when Coast TV News Today returns.
Hi, this is Paul Williams, Chief Meteorologist at Coast TV, and I'm inviting you to join me on Sunday, September the 29th at 10 a.m. at the Cape Henlopen State Park for the inaugural Walk for Prostate Cancer. As a prostate cancer survivor, I know firsthand how important it is to raise awareness and support those battling this disease. Let's walk together, get screened, and raise funds for the Delaware Prostate Cancer Coalition. For more details, visit coasttv.com.
DSN Plus is more action. 4 additional live stream games every weeknight and full replays on demand. DSN Plus is more local. 5 live games every weeknight, showcasing high school showdowns and regional rivalries across Delmarva. DSN Plus is more access. Watch on your mobile devices, and remember, DSN is still free over the air and on cable. But get more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
As a comptroller of the state of Maryland, I view part of my job as identifying opportunities for people in every community across our state. And that's why I'm excited about Maryland Saves, a free and easy retirement savings option employers can offer their employees and make saving easier for Marylanders. Find out if your business qualifies for a $300 incentive and learn more about Maryland Saves at marylandsaves.com. Thanks, and see you soon.
Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7. It's time to huddle up and talk football.
We're talking touchdowns, tackles, and everything in between. From game-changing plays to the latest news around the league. We'll take a deep dive into all of the plays that made a difference. We'll see you in the end zone.
Catch the End Zone, Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7.
Just about 5:11 on this Friday morning. It's cloudy, it's misty out there, temperatures in the 70s in Milford, and we're looking at light rain and drizzle all across Sussex County right now. Nothing all that heavy, but some rain along the beaches around Rehoboth, Millsboro, Bridgeville as well. And you could be seeing a little bit of drizzle and light rain across Maryland, around Salisbury and the eastern shore. Also seeing some light showers, a steadier rain building off to our south and west, so keep that rain gear handy for today. It's mild and muggy, has that summer feel. Temperatures in the low 70s and not too much of wind. But for the kiddos at the bus stop, they need the umbrella. Drizzle and light rain off to school, 71. Then heading home muggy and still some showers around and around 76.
Infrastructure improvement in Milton, specifically the town's wastewater treatment plant. Now, according to town officials, the Chandler Street pump station was originally constructed in the 1960s, and now there will be new pumps installed, updated controls, a meter vault, and a platform. Milton says expect to see some traffic and fencing around the site. In Lewis, Captain of the Beach Patrol Strom Edwards released new stats about medical emergencies on the city's beach for 2024. There's been an increase from last year. There are 170 emergencies this year. In 2023, it was a little bit lower at 158.
John Deere has recalled roughly 147,900 compact utility tractors because of a crash hazard. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says the front bell crank and the brake linkage can fail. That can cause that tractor to lose braking and, of course, result in a crash hazard. The 3 tractor model versions under recall were sold with both opened and closed operator stations. You should stop immediately using this tractor if you have it and contact an authorized John Deere dealer to set up an appointment to bring it in for a free repair. OpenAI is considering a plan to restructure the company to become a for-profit business. The artificial intelligence company and maker of ChatGPT was founded as a nonprofit. News of the restructuring coming just a day after OpenAI's chief technology officer and 2 top researchers announced they were going to be leaving the company. Still ahead this morning, boundaries on bikers, how Ocean City officials are reacting after a serious crash during this month's Bike Fest.
Have the rain gear ready to go. We've got some drizzle and light rain out there. Irish Eyes, Cam and Lewis. Yeah, you see the low clouds. It is kind of misty this morning and some showers as well. And that'll be the case really much of the day. And then a steadier rain builds in later today. And then occasional rain the next few days with rain from the remnants of Helene. I'll talk about her, the latest on the storm, and your weekend forecast in 2 minutes.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism, somewhere to smile about.
Ride the wave of Delmarva's vibrant coastal vibes with Coast Life. From hidden gems to sun-kissed trends and captivating local tales. Dive deep and immerse yourself in our coastal rhythm. Catch Coast Life weekdays at 4 on CoastTV.
I remember their little hands in mine, taking those first steps, soothing them when they were hurt or sick, helping them find their strength. Lately, I've noticed them trying to help me, but I'd much rather hear about them and my grandkids. That's why I chose Commonwealth Senior Living at the Eastern Shore, because some things never change. I don't want my kids to worry.
Improving the lives of seniors, their families, and each other. That's the Commonwealth difference.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-604-4696. That's 1-800-604-4696 or visit lizardflare.com now.
Introducing Paisano, the authentic pizza oven by Granite Stone. Now make the world's most delicious pizza with real stone right in your own home. You simply set it and let it make golden, crispy, extra cheesy stone-baked pies in under 6 minutes. You can get your Paisano pizza oven for just 3 easy payments of $39.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free.
Call 1-800-608-5198 or order online at buypaisano.com.
Discover the wonders of our environment at UT's Coast Day on October 6th from 10 to 3 in Lewis. Hands-on science, research vessels, and more at this family-friendly event. More info, visit utel.edu/coastday. Sponsored by CoastTV.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Time is 5:16, and you are looking live at Lewis. That's where the Cape Henlopen Vikings play football, just a little west of that area, which is the canal. Friday night lights so far, Bob. We've been lucky when it comes to rain, but maybe not the case this Friday night.
Yeah, we've had a good stretch of decent weather for Friday night football, Matt, but unfortunately it looks like that is coming to an end. Make sure you have your foul weather gear. You'll probably need it as we go into this evening. Friday night lights brought to us by DSN Plus, and personal foul on the field. Yeah, they're throwing the flags for the foul weather, so make sure you have the poncho, umbrella, the whole deal. 73 at kickoff, 72 at halftime. We'll see showers, and it will be breezy. The upside is that it will be on the mild side. It almost feels like summer out there. It's very mild and muggy. Lots of clouds. We are seeing areas of drizzle and light rain out the door this morning. Looks like the heaviest around perhaps Rehoboth up towards Lewis right now. Millsboro also getting some showers, but the rest of us, you don't see it on radar, but there is that chance of drizzle. And across Maryland right now, not showing much on radar, but same thing. Could be looking at some light rain and drizzle that does not show up on radar. In the eastern shore, also a little wet right now as the moisture continues to come in out of the southwest. A thicker band of rain setting up over Virginia right now, and that's heading to the north. So bottom line, grab the rain gear out the door. Temperature-wise right now, we're into the lower 70s from Del Mar up to Redden, 72 in Milton, 73 in Ocean City, 72 in Bethany Beach. And the winds are light out of the southeast, but just still some minor coastal impacts. This is the last day of the coastal flood advisory. We've had this, it seems like, forever. Friday until 8 o'clock, that's this evening for coastal Sussex County. Maybe up to a half foot of water rise at high tide. Also the same coastal flood advisory for Somerset until Saturday morning. Here's Futurecast with the clouds this morning, the mist, some of that light rain, and temperatures stuck in the 70s. We're in the clouds much of the day, more drizzle and light rain. I'm thinking mid-70s for highs, maybe even some upper 80s. The winds pick up this evening, probably wreaking havoc with some of those football games. And then we see that rain building in through the overnight into Saturday morning. And some of that rain could be heavy. But I think we're looking at some sunshine tomorrow mixed with the clouds, maybe a stray shower. It will be warm and muggy with temperatures into the mid-80s. And then as we go into Saturday evening, we're looking dry early on. And then very early Sunday morning, it looks like another chance of rain. I think a better chance of showers as we go into your Saturday. It's actually remnant moisture from Helene, which is now moving in across Georgia, made landfall as a powerful Category 4 hurricane. I'm sure we're going to see some really sad video out of that part of Florida as we go through the morning hours, but it's moving north as a tropical storm now with rain and wind across the upstate of South Carolina. Eventually, the storm becomes a remnant low over the Tennessee Valley, but then it drifts to the east, and we will get into some of that moisture as we go into Sunday, Monday, but then especially Tuesday with that low moving through, maybe heavier rain. Then it finally gets out of here by Wednesday, as we could see maybe a half an inch of rain or so as we go through the next couple of days, and then maybe a grand total of over an inch by midweek. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, kind of rainy the next few days, but I think we'll see some sun on Saturday, 84 degrees, a better chance of the rain on Sunday, 78. Then that upper level low with the moisture from Helene will bring more rain Monday and Tuesday, mid 70s, maybe heavier rain Tuesday. Then we finally dry it out by Wednesday and Thursday. Our umbrella winner today is Janie from Georgetown. Congratulations, Janie. You have a brand new umbrella. Great timing from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you so much, Bob. Ocean City is now looking at plans to add a special event zone to future Bike Week events. This is after 11 motorcycles were stolen and there were 19 collisions, including one that left a Worcester County teenager fighting for his life. It was on Thursday. The Ocean City Motor Event Task Force discussed changes and precautions they can add to try and prevent something like this from happening again. A special event zone would drop the speed limit in Ocean City down to 30 miles an hour. So we went to Ocean City to hear what people living there feel about this, and here's what one woman told us.
It really makes sense. We've done it with all the car shows, and it can't hurt. Everybody enjoys Bike Week. They come, they spend a lot of money, they're good people.
The task force is also looking to add police during Bike Week and potentially cracking down more on noise complaints.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what is the biggest issue with Bike Week in Ocean City. So let's take a look at the updated results.
All right, do we have them right there? We do. 60% of you, visitor behavior. What are y'all doing? Yikes. 14% of you say the traffic congestion. I've gotten stuck in Bike Week congestion before. It's a little tougher because you got to give them a lot more room.
Yeah, and I know there's some traffic pattern changes that go into effect with that too.
So that's fair. 11% the safety risks, especially fair this week or this year, and 7% noise levels. All right, go ahead and vote whatever you're thinking. Go to CoastTV.com or vote on our app, and we're going to continue to show you some update results later on.
Coming up, DE turf expansion, the plans for the popular Delmarva Sports Facility, and the hope for increased benefits for local businesses.
From wagging tails to fall vibes and fancy cars, this weekend is packed with fun. Stick around for your cool things to do.
Yeah, we getting all fired up, getting ready for the players when they line up. Think it's time we go and get them lights up. Let them high school lights ignite us. Cause we fighters, coming with a hut like this, coming with a pick six like that. Gonna be a showdown so big, think it's time for football night to impact. High school football is everything. Hey, hey, let's go for the win, for the gold, for the crown, the ring. High school football is everything.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped me get to the first day at my career, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from my service helped me buy my first home. And I take pride knowing I will be the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
To learn more, visit nationalguard.com/DC.
Intruders are more likely to target homes with dark zones. Take the bullseye off your house and turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a high-tech security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. During the day, it's disguised as a high-tech security camera. It's completely wireless and installs in just seconds. Powered by solar panels, no batteries needed. It adjusts a full 360 degrees. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. But wait, we can also include a second one. Just pay a separate fee. Plus, we'll give you free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. So call 1-800-316-1548 or go to buybionic360.com.
The American Heart Association invites you to join the Southern Delaware Heart Walk. It's time to unite, take action, and save lives. Every walker who joins, every dollar donated means more people trained in life-saving CPR, more research, and more life-saving moments for everyone. Join us at the Southern Delaware Heart Walk on November 3rd at the Rehoboth Beach Bandstand. Let's walk together to save lives. Register today at heart.org/SouthernDEWalk. Sponsored by Coast TV.
The 84-acre sports complex up in Frederica has started work on a big expansion. DE Turf getting a few upgrades, including a new locker room and the addition of 1,000 more seats. The price tag runs just about $3 million. With more sporting events lined up for the future and the general growth of the area, this expansion will help keep the facility competitive, which is a boon to nearby businesses.
Get so many athletes that stay with their parents at our Airbnb, and that's mainly summer. So if we can increase that with this expansion of being in the other seasons as well, I think, that's great.
And construction is scheduled to begin in early 2025. The goal is for those upgrades to be complete by the 2026 summer sports season.
And we're joined again by First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey. It just seems like we can't shake these damp weather conditions this week on the coast.
Yeah, could be a lot worse, right? We could be in Florida.
True.
I mean, that's the other side of the scale with Helene, with a major hurricane. Not dealing with that, but we will see the remnant moisture from Helene here the next several days in the form of rain. And kind of a murky day at the beach, Fenwick Island, Ocean City, lots of clouds, maybe a few peaks of sun, and some drizzle and some light rain as well. Watch for minor flooding at time of high tide. Lewis and Rehoboth, lots of clouds for you, maybe a little bit of fog early on too. Temperatures into the mid-70s, and on the Bayside, your waves around 1 to 2 feet. Some drizzle and light rain in Cambridge with mid to upper 70s. I think that rain picks up in intensity this evening, and the same for Crisfield, kind of wet. We'll see some sunshine during the weekend, but also more times of rain, and that rain lingers into early next week with the remnants of Helene. More on that coming up in the next half hour.
All right, Bob, thank you. Well, if your weekend plans are looking a bit bland, you can still spice things up with some local events.
That was nice, Paige.
Thank you.
Coast TV's Christina DiRobertis has you covered with cool things to do.
Well, there are so many cool things happening this weekend. I don't even know how you're going to choose, but let's start with my personal favorite, Dewey's Golden Jubilee. What could be better than a day at the beach? Well, how about a day at the beach with hundreds of golden retrievers? This 2-day event starts Friday with a parade through Rehoboth, followed by a beach day and a bonfire in Dewey Beach on Saturday. Plus, it supports the Golden Retriever Lifetime Study. And if you want a taste of fall, you can head to the 2nd annual Apple Cider Festival in Lewis on Saturday. That's from 10 to 3. There will be apple-flavored treats, of course, and a vendor market. It's happening at the Nassau Bridge location of the Lewis Fire Department. On Sunday, classic car lovers won't want to miss the Bob Powell Memorial Car Show from 10 to 2. The Millville Volunteer Fire Company is hosting it in Frankfort. It'll feature cool cars, antique fire engines, and police and military vehicles. Or you can join Coast TV's Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams for the inaugural Walk for Prostate Cancer 5K at Cape Henlopen State Park this Sunday.
And by the way, Christina, we're going to have a great time, rain or shine. Don't worry about the rain messing up your pretty hair, because we're going to be under a canopy where the pavilion's located, and we have a free rain poncho for everybody.
Free ponchos. Okay, sounds great, Paul. All right, well, last on the list, we have the History Book Festival kicking off Friday. It goes all weekend in Lewis with 19 author presentations at 4 different venues. There will be book sales, signings, and lively discussions. For event details, tickets, and more, just head to coasttv.com and click on the Cool Things to Do tab.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217, or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
Shop, play, learn, explore at the OC RV and Van Lifestyle Show, the premier gathering for RV enthusiasts and outdoor lovers. From October 31st to November 3rd, the Ocean City Convention Center transforms into a hub of excitement and exploration. With RVs, custom vans, e-bike, golf cart, and boat test ride zones, seminars, water sports, power sports, and a wide selection of the latest gear, you'll find everything you need to enhance your next adventure. Enjoy BMX and skateboarding competitions, tiki boat cruises, and more. Buy tickets and explore with us at ocrvshow.com.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness? If you've ever experienced the warning signs of bad circulation, then you need Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way. Soothe pain and calm restless legs. Reduce swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet, and stimulate healthy circulation. Stay active with Legzercise Pro.
Now on CoastTV News.
Category 4 hits Florida. We have the impact of Helene as it made landfall on that state.
And Helene is over Georgia now as a tropical storm moving to the north. It will dissipate well to our west, but we'll see rain from its remnants over the next few days. I'll tell you what that means for our weekend coming up.
It's now free to park at the beach, while stores in Rehoboth Beach say now is the time to bring in customers before the winter months roll around.
Fixing the flooding, we have the latest attempt by Dewey Beach to keep water off its streets.
This is CoastTV News Today.
September 27th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, we're approaching 5:31 on this Friday morning, and we may be dealing with some wet conditions on our coast. If you're joining us, Helene gave Florida a big punch just a few hours ago.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's easy for us to feel sorry for ourselves with this rain, but at least we're not going through that.
Yeah, so thoughts and prayers
Definitely.
to those out there in Florida. I know they're feeling it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We'll get to all that in just a minute. We have some video to show you. But first, your local forecast with First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. Hey, Bob.
Hey, good morning, guys. And yeah, once day breaks, we're going to be seeing some sad video out of the Big Bend of Florida, unfortunately, with that Category 4 storm, Helene, now a tropical storm. But for us, it's just mist and light rain, nothing to that degree of the severe tropical weather. Just seeing lots of clouds. It's mild and murky on this Friday morning. Just seeing some light showers around Georgetown, Lewis, and Ocean View. There were reports of rain around Millsboro. Even though you don't see it on radar, drizzle, it can still drizzle and rain, even though you don't see it. Salisbury, Ocean Pines, dry as far as the radar goes. And the Eastern Shore right now, lots of clouds. We're seeing some drizzle and light rain, but more of a solid shield of rain back through Virginia right now as that moves to the north and east. So keep the rain gear handy as we go through the day. It's mild and muggy out the door. Temperatures in the low 70s. The winds are light. Here's Futurecast clouds. You can also paint in some green on here with the drizzle and light rain as we go through the morning hours. As temperatures do rise into the mid-70s, I think we'll see some upper 70s this afternoon with the help of a little bit of sunshine, but I think the wind cranks up this evening, and so does the rain. UV Index sponsored by Ocean City. It's in the low to moderate range, around a 3 today. So believe it or not, with the clouds and rain, you still need to keep that sunscreen handy. SPF 30 at least as we go through the next several days. Looks like the highest level heading into Saturday.
Thank you, Bob. We do have some breaking news now. As Bob mentioned, Georgia being hit hard by Helene. We're going to show you some video from earlier in Bradenton, Florida. This is on the Gulf Coast of that state, south of Tampa. Helene hit Florida as a Category 4 hurricane in the state's Big Bend region just after 11 p.m. last night. So look at what that intense wind is doing right now. Nearly 700,000 people in Florida, they were actually without power before that even made landfall. So more are likely to lose power in the coming hours. Helene is now being categorized as a tropical storm.
Yeah, some incredible scenes there in Florida. It's much calmer along our coast, and if you make the trip to many of our beach communities, you now know you don't have to pay for parking.
Sounds good to me. CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber is in our newsroom. Elisa, stores there are trying to get as much business as they can before things start to slow down in the winter.
Yeah, Matt and Paige, don't be fooled. Even though it's late September, Rehoboth Beach, it's still pretty busy. I was there last weekend and it was hard to find a parking spot. That's how crowded it was. But those crowds, that's good news for businesses. And Rehoboth Beach ended the paid parking season on September 15th. And now the parking season is over. Many locals visit the beach and stores located in the downtown area. The city's finance director told commissioners during a meeting on September 20th The parking revenue is expected to fall short of the projected budget. It could be down a minimum of $200,000, said the city finance director. One store worker says the city, still being crowded, gives them some hope.
Like this whole week, the parking's been full. People are taking advantage of the free parking. We just wish all of them would come in the store, but yeah, it does help, gets people in.
The city has not yet finalized the revenue for parking from summer 2024. Back to you.
Lisa Weber, thank you. And while the free parking will help, some other things that could impact businesses will start on Sunday night, September 29th. It's the Rehoboth Avenue paving project in Rehoboth Beach. And once it is underway, work will take place from 6 at night to 6 the following morning each day, Sunday through Friday. Work will not occur during Sea Witch weekend beginning October 23rd. The Rehoboth Beach Public Works hopes to have the paving done before winter. Flooding. It's a big problem in Dewey Beach, and the town continues to struggle to find a solution.
Yes, CoastTV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us Dewey Beach officials are now confident that a new project will make a difference.
Flooding. It happens a lot here in Dewey Beach, but the town is being proactive. They have a plan to help fix the problem and hold stormwaters at bay.
Residents' quality of life will be vastly improved over what it is today.
Robert Palmer with Beacon Engineering presented an infrastructure plan to the town Thursday, and he is confident it can get the job done.
With regard to the storm flooding in locations such as this, yes, absolutely. This solution will absolutely solve the problem.
Palmer wants to install 2 infiltration trenches underground on Jersey Street. The project will cost around $45,000 total for the trenches and will not interfere with the sewer systems. Daryl Helms has lived on Jersey Street in Dewey Beach for 13 years. He says floods in Dewey happen a lot.
I'd say we get about, it just depends on the rainstorms, but I would say you have 3 or 4 floodings a year. This year was a little less, quite honestly, because of how dry it was, but we're just waiting for it to come back, and with the hurricane coming up the coast, who knows?
Thursday's presentation wasn't in front of the full town council, but that is where it's headed next. So while there won't be a fix immediately, maybe that's okay. Rome wasn't built in a day, but you'd rather be in Rome than Atlantis. Now, it's important to note that they're going to be underground, so they won't be in the way of cars or pedestrians. And the town realizes that this isn't something they can fix in a day, but they're taking all the precautions necessary to make sure flooding stays at a minimum. In Dewey Beach, Brendan Conroy, CoastTV News.
Also today in Dewey Beach, it's the start of the new terms for 2 of the town's commissioners. It's really nothing new, though, for the 2 men that will be sworn in. Incumbents Bill Stevens and Gary Persinger were the only candidates who filed to run in this municipal election. After they're sworn in, the commissioners will vote to appoint the town mayor. Stevens is ending his 1-year term in that role.
This afternoon, shortly after 2, President Joe Biden will be at his North Shores home to begin his 11th trip to our coast this year. He is starting Friday in his original home area of Scranton, Pennsylvania. He will then fly on Air Force One to the Dover Air Force Base before arriving at the nation's summer capital. This will be Biden's 4th consecutive weekend spent in Delaware, with the previous 3 at his Wilmington area home. A temporary flight restriction for the coast goes into effect today at 1:30 p.m., and Biden is scheduled to leave on Monday morning.
A new study shows the presidential race is close across 3 critical states. According to the latest polling from Marist College, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris are tied at 49% in North Carolina. In Arizona and Georgia, there's no clear leader there right now. Trump is at 50%, Harris is at 49%. It's a near dead heat within each poll's margin of error.
Got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up this morning on CoastTV News Today, Maryland school money, the use it or lose it deadline that'll hit next week.
Also, Sussex Central streaking after a 1-3 start to the season, how the Golden Knights boys soccer team got themselves back over the 500 mark.
And bad news for the Bay. The troubling information revealed this week about the water quality in the Chesapeake. Stick with us on CoastTV News Today.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on.
Born in the stars,
formed in the earth, shaped by designers around the world, and curated by Khalsa Jewelers in Lewis. Paul Chen, also known as Sundar Khalsa, is a meditation and yoga master as well as the owner of Khalsa Jewelers.
At Khalsa Jewelers, we offer signature pieces to celebrate love and those special moments in our life. Peace to all, light to all, love to all. Celebrate with us at historic Lewis and Rehoboth Beach.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
This economy has been hard on our wallets, but not on Angela Alsobrooks. CNN reports she dodged at least $16,000 in property taxes, illegally taking tax deductions she didn't qualify for. She even took a benefit meant for low-income seniors. But Alsobrooks wants us to pay more, including higher Social Security taxes. Angela Alsobrooks, higher taxes for you, illegal tax breaks for her. Maryland's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view. Soaring over the shore, Mondays on CoastTV News at 6. Sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Just about 5:41 on our cloudy morning. Friday morning's a little drizzly with light rain. Spicer Brothers camera, kind of misty in Salisbury right now. You'll see that on and off rain, and we're seeing that now. Spotty drizzle and light rain across Sussex County. Nothing all that heavy, but enough to make sure you grab the rain gear out the door. Looking just mainly cloudy in Maryland right now. Eastern Shore seeing some light showers for you, but some steadier rain off to our south and west into Virginia. That is heading our way as we go through the morning hours. Temperatures in the low 70s right now. It's definitely muggy. It's that area you can wear, and light winds. So on the golf course today, not so good. Make sure you have your golf umbrella with you. Won't be raining all the time, but it will be mild and humid with scattered showers and 78 degrees. Remember to join Paul Williams, our chief meteorologist, at Cape Henlopen State Park on Sunday for the Walk for Prostate Cancer. It is looking a little cloudy and a little drizzly. Maybe the sun will come out too, and we'll see right around 76 degrees.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. So the good news for the Chesapeake Bay is it's cleaner. The bad news is it's not clean enough, and it has fallen short of a key pollution goal. For years, as part of the 2014 Chesapeake Bay Watershed Agreement, work has been underway to clean up the bay, restoring habitats, improving fisheries, and more. But this week's progress report in Washington shows the cleanup effort is running behind the 2025 deadline. Salisbury University professor Tom Horton says it'll take more changes to reach the stated goal.
We've done a good job on the air and sewage. We have kind of failed to do what we need to do on the landscape. A lot of that landscape's agriculture. Farming is not as easily regulated by EPA and the states as other sources of pollution.
Now, in the wake of the disappointing news, lawmakers are looking to rework their plans in a way that will have a bigger and perhaps faster impact.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Action has been heating up on the boys' soccer field in Delaware. Sussex Central and Smyrna faced off in Sussex County. The Sussex Central Golden Knights at home taking on the visiting Smyrna Eagles. And early on, the Golden Knights were threatening. Already up 1-0, Jefferson Soto de Leon turns on the Jets. Gets to the middle, but his shot is ultimately shot down by Benjamin Cordray in net for Smyrna. Later in the half, this time Sussex Central would pay it off. Caleb Perez tracks down the loose ball, fires across his body and bangs it off the back post. A pretty finish makes it 2-0 Golden Knights. But now it's Smyrna's turn to respond. Braden Marshall crosses it in front, and Xavier Noble shows off the hops, heads it in, and gets Smyrna on the board, trailing 2-1. With the half winding down, Marshall attacking again. Initial shot is stopped, but Amir Caballero Perez swoops in and rips it into the back of the net. That goal ties the game at 2 as we head to recess. Later on, more action for Sussex Central, but it's stopped again in net. Sussex Central, though, would turn on the offense as this one wound down and go on to win it 7-2 to get back above 500. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
Tonight on DSN, 5:30 Down and Distance. That's followed by Scoops and Scores. And at 6:30 live, Bayside Conference High School football. Colonel Richardson at Cambridge South Dorchester. At 10:30, the show that is must-see TV for Paige, Nittany Game Week.
No.
What? I must have some wrong information on that one. After that, it's Final Score. On DSM Plus, you get that Cambridge South Dorchester Colonel Richardson game. And now here are your DSM Plus exclusives. All high school football tonight, 6 o'clock, Kent County Parkside. At 7, Sussex Tech home with Odessa. Also at 7, Sussex Central hosting Woodbridge.
All right, and here on Coast TV, and don't forget Sunday night, it's the Ravens. They're fresh off a win against the Cowboys. Back at home, they take on the Buffalo Bills. That coverage begins on Coast TV at 7.
Coming up, dollar deadline approaching for schools. How much is available in Maryland and why there is a race to spend it?
And grab the umbrella out the door. Seeing a little mist out there, drizzle, light rain this morning. Salisbury 71. It's that air you can wear. It's muggy, it's cloudy. And that will continue with some drizzle and light rain out the door. Steadier rain later today, then occasional rain the next few days with that remnant moisture from Helene. I'll have much more in your forecast coming up in 2 minutes.
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7.
Ride the wave of Delmarva's vibrant coastal vibes with Coast Life. From hidden gems to sun-kissed trends and captivating local tales. Dive deep and immerse yourself in our coastal rhythm. Catch Coast Life weekdays at 4 on Coast TV.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable power plant, smart pressure sensor, and custom nozzles. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Get your complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for just $79.99 and get free shipping. Plus, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, such as myself in appliances, to ensure that you not only get the best product for your needs, but that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your remodel.
It's always fun bringing clients into Delmarva Design Center. No matter how much they want to spend, there's always an option for people to pick something that they like.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
Huddle up for Nittany Game Week.
Get a sideline seat with coaches Jay Paterno and Tom Bradley as they join host Todd Sadowski for expert analysis on the blue and white. Nittany Game Week, Friday nights at 10:30 and Saturday mornings at 11 on DSN.
Time is now 5:47 on your Friday. Let's go to Milford, Bob, see what's going on there. Looks pretty. Doesn't look like it's raining. Can't see much else.
Looks pretty dark. Yeah.
There's a circle. Thank you, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
And dark. Yep. And the sun's not up for another hour or so. And Paige, we probably won't see that sun. We've got a lot of clouds out there, some drizzle, some light rain. In fact, let's look at the 5-day precipitation chances. About 45% chance today. I think a better chance of that rain into this evening. Lowest chance comes Saturday, about 25% chance. And then we're up to 60% on Sunday. Some of the remnant moisture from Helene will start to work in. And then we have an upper level low with the moisture from Helene Monday and Tuesday. And looks like maybe some heavier rain Monday into Tuesday. Right now, it's just light rain, some drizzle across Sussex County. You can see that between Andrewsville and Bridgeville right now. Milton seeing a little bit of rain, and Dewey Beach as well. You can see the little blips of rain. Nothing all that heavy, just enough to make sure you have your umbrella out the door. And we're seeing lots of clouds across Maryland right now. Salisbury, Ocean Pines, Cinnapunxet, cloudy, maybe a little drizzle, and a little bit of light rain around Cambridge, Madison, Harmony on the eastern shore right now. But more of a solid shield field of rain across Virginia through Richmond, Staunton, and through Woodstock and near D.C. And some of that rain will be moving in as we go through the morning hours. But the big story is Helene, which is now a tropical storm, believe it or not, near Atlanta. I don't think they've ever had a tropical storm force storm in Atlanta, but it's close, and they're getting a lot of rain and wind across the upstate of South Carolina, and all that rain moving to the north and northwest. We're seeing temperatures in the low 70s right now with light winds at the present time. There is a coastal flood advisory for Sussex County this evening, maybe a little bit of flooding at time of high tide, and a coastal flood advisory for Somerset until Saturday morning. So we're looking at a lot of clouds on Futurecast today, some drizzle and light rain this morning. By the afternoon, I think we could be a little warmer than these temperatures with a little bit of sunshine. Then the winds pick up this evening. It's going to wreak havoc with those Friday night football games, as will the rain. The rain's building in, could be heavy at times as we go through the evening hours. Then moving into your Saturday, I think we'll see some sunshine. By the afternoon, we're in the low to mid 80s, warm and muggy. So we could see a good chunk of sunshine into the afternoon, but then the showers return as we go into your Sunday morning. And I think we're seeing more clouds and sun on Sunday with showers. Here is Helene now, packing winds of 70 miles per hour still, with rain and wind all across Georgia into South Carolina. The good news for us is that it's moving to the north and west with that remnant low across the Tennessee Valley, but that will get wrapped up in an upper level low, which will bring more rain to us into next week, but still some showers on Sunday. But then a steadier rain moves in later Monday into Tuesday. Tuesday could be some heavy rain. Then we finally sweep the system out with a cold front midweek, as we're looking at perhaps up to about a half an inch of rain as we go through the next 24 hours. And by the time it's all said and done, over an inch of rain. So not looking at any flooding, just rain spread out over several days. Paul Davis 7-day forecast has us 78 today with the rain. Some sun on Saturday, 84, and maybe a little sun on Sunday, but showers building in 78, some heavier rain Monday and Tuesday, mid-70s, and then drying out beginning Wednesday.
Thank you, Bob. Money for schools. State of Maryland is running out of time to get out some remaining COVID funds to its districts. Originally, close to $2 billion in federal funding was handed down to the state's Department of Education due to the pandemic. So here's the deal. All the money must be allocated by Monday, and well, there's still a lot of it left, according to the federal government. Only 59% of that cash has been awarded. Now, Maryland disputes that number, citing something closer to 72%. And Dr. Annette Wallace says Worcester County Public Schools has presented the state with a plan on how it would spend additional funds.
If you give school systems and you support education, that school systems can be good stewards of that money. And I think our school system, under the leadership of our superintendent, is an excellent example of being good stewards of the money.
We also looked at Delaware, and we found the first state has spent 83% of its COVID relief funds. Still ahead, aging effects, why your favorite cocktail might hit harder as you get older, what you can do about it.
Yikes. All right, don't want to think about that. It's a little foggy out there, drizzly, some light rain right now in Lewis, and we're looking at the rain on and off the next several days with remnant moisture from Helene. We'll see peaks of sun as well for the weekend. Not all is lost. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Feel the rush of adventure and the thrill of incredible savings at Gateway Subaru. Save up to $2,700 on a new 2025 Subaru Outback with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. Or save up to $2,400 off a new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. And be among the first to drive the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Stop in and reserve yours today. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
If you know a high school student on Delmarva with a passion for agriculture or the culinary arts,
nominate them to become a WBOC Mount Air Farm to Table Scholarship winner.
The people who grow and prepare our food are more important than ever.
We are looking for 10 graduating seniors with a passion for feeding the world like we do at Mount Air Farms.
Nominees must have a 3.5 GPA or better, be an active participant in farming or culinary programs, and spend time giving back to the community.
Go to WBOC.com to nominate today.
Water.
nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5. It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing, there's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor. You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. All for just 3 easy payments of $43. Call or click right now.
Make sure your neighborhood feels like home with landscaping and property services by Herker Property Maintenance. We combine science and art to create and maintain the landscape masterpiece you've always dreamed of. We can handle the largest developments and commercial properties all over and provide a consistent data evaluation to keep your property perfectly maintained. Clean, innovative, fast, reliable, from landscaping to pavement services and everything in between. Take an innovative approach with Herker Property Maintenance.
More than 218 million adults age 18 or over, not a shock here, report drinking alcohol at some point in their lifetime.
Yeah, that's not a surprise at all. But how our bodies process the substance depends on many factors. Mandy Gaither points out one of those factors is actually age.
How much is too much? When it comes to health, any amount of alcohol has potential consequences, and as we age, the way it affects a person changes too.
First of all, your muscle mass goes down as you get older, and as a result, you're not going to metabolize alcohol as quickly as you used to.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta says the second reason alcohol affects older people differently is because liver function starts to decrease as the years pass. As a result, Gupta says alcohol will have a stronger impact on the body, and the effects will hang around for a longer period of time. Finally, certain medicines that an older person may take can interact with the alcohol, and alcohol can increase the risk of falling too.
65% of fatal falls, especially in the elderly, are in some way associated with alcohol. So falls are a huge problem, especially in the elderly. Alcohol can exacerbate that, especially if you don't realize that it's affecting you more strongly than it used to.
Gupta says non-alcoholic drinks are gaining in popularity and may allow people to enjoy a similar drinking experience.
Important caveat, non-alcoholic can still mean small amounts of alcohol, up to 0.5%. So if you're trying to stay absolutely abstinent, you got to make sure to read those labels.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, it's 5:56 now, and we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And as we do on Fridays, our coastal pet comes to us from the Brandywine Valley SPCA. Check out Miley here.
Aww.
Great-looking cat who is looking for a home. And if you want to meet Miley or any other of the dogs or cats that they have, you can visit the Brandywine Valley SPCA.
She is so cute. We want to see all your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos of your pets. Tell us what makes them so special.
Yeah, take a look at your screen. You got that QR code. Scan that. Get your furry friends to us here. And then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
All right, 5:57. It's time for a look at your forecast now before you head out the door.
Yeah, it looks like we have a misty start to our Friday morning, Bob.
Yeah, misty drizzle, some light rain. So, yeah, just enough to get the wiper blades going in to grab the umbrella and raincoat out the door. Won't be a washout today, but lots of clouds, mild and muggy as we have temperatures in the 70s. I think a steadier rain builds in this afternoon, and I think we're looking at mid-70s, maybe upper 70s if the sun comes out for you a little bit, around 78. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Warms up Saturday up to 84. I think we'll see some sunshine and a few showers, but a better chance of rain Sunday, 78, and then kind of last push of this remnant moisture from Helene Monday and Tuesday. Rain could be heavier Tuesday. Then we finally dry it out Wednesday, and then it's cooler and head into the first week of October.
Coming up at 6, the paid parking season has ended for many beaches on the coast, and Y Shops in Rehoboth Beach are hoping for a post-summer business boom and where the city's projected parking revenue stands. That and more when Coast TV News Today returns.